Hi, welcome to Life is a Treasure podcast. I'm your hostess, Michelle Durand, and this is episode number 71, Financial Peace. So today I wanted to talk about something a little different. This podcast is about freedom, mind, body, and the soul. And in order to have peace and freedom, I feel that so many people find it necessary to have financial stability, which brings them peace and freedom. So I would like to start off by reading a few quotes, and then I'm going to go into more detail about the quotes. And also I'm going to share a few books, podcasts, some tips in regards to financial freedom. And I just want to start off with a disclaimer. I am not a financial advisor. I am not a CPA. So I am strictly sharing from my own personal experiences and what I have learned in my 50 years of life. So I hope that this will help you in some way. I know that so many of us are all struggling through this last few years of just so much unexpected circumstances in our whole world. And I know that so many people have reached out to me and they are struggling financially, and they may have lost their job, or their husband lost their job, or they just, don't have income right now. So maybe I hope this will help in some way. So I'd like to start off with a quote. Susie Orman is a really fantastic person to listen to if you want more financial tips or advice. I really, really like her stuff. And she also has books. So her name is spelled Suze, and her last name is Orman. I will have it in the show notes. So one of her quotes says, "When you understand that your self-worth is not determined by your net worth, then you'll have financial freedom." Susie Orman. I love that quote because our self-worth is not determined by our net worth. And I can explain this in more detail. Throughout my years of life, I have struggled financially. I have had more than enough financially. I have been on the opposite extremes so many times in my own life. And throughout all of those situations, okay, the struggles and then the blessings of having abundant of money, that never ever changed my worth. The bank account value was higher, but my worth and my value still was unchangeable. And I want you to know that from the beginning, that doesn't matter if you have $1 million in the bank account or zero. Your self-worth is not dependent on your net worth. And I just really wanted to start with that because I do talk a lot about like self-development, self-improvements, and self-worth is a huge component. So your self-worth is never based on your net worth. So I hope that helps you. Most everything we talk about is mental mindset work, and this is no different. This is definitely a mindset, your relationship with money. And if you think about it, when I say relationship with money, like how were you raised? What was your situation growing up with money? That often determines how we relate to money as an adult. So I really, really love that quote. Another quote I want to share is, "I believe that through knowledge and discipline, financial peace is possible for all of us." And that's by Dave Ramsey. Okay, he's another one that is amazing when it comes to financial advice. He has a university called Financial Peace University. I highly recommend that one. He has podcasts. Definitely check out his podcast. And he is all about getting out of debt and living within your means. So you don't have to agree with everything he says, but you can definitely find some things that align with you and what you believe and what season you are in your life. So Dave Ramsey, he's another great person. He's an expert actually in financial advice. So through discipline and knowledge. So let's just talk about knowledge for a little bit. So when you have financial peace, it gives you a sense of hope and freedom. So when we're in school growing up, we're taught economics, business, but we're not often taught basic things like how to open a checking account, a savings account, how to have investments. So those things are life skills that we need to learn somewhere, somehow, maybe. And a lot of times our parents didn't teach us all of these things. Hopefully they did. I was blessed to be raised in a family where my mom and dad taught us the value of money, how to work hard for money, how to be a good steward, how to manage our money. And, I was very blessed in that, but most people were not. And so hopefully this will help. So I'd like to start off by the 3 S's that I really think are fundamental in this financial piece. Number 1 is save, number 2 is share, and number 3 is spend. And so when you have income, it is so important that you save first. And another way to look at it is pay yourself first. Put aside a certain percentage into a savings account. Go 10, 20, 30%, even 50 if you can. And pay yourself first. That will be saving for your future, for emergencies, for your children's colleges, for your retirement. So save first. Second is share. So, I believe in tithing. If you read the Bible, you believe in scripture, maybe you believe in tithing as well, but it's giving 10% of what you have, what you earn, back to someone else who's less fortunate. And so many times I know this is such a struggle because we feel like I need every penny I can get. But I promise, I challenge you, try it. Give just 5%, but give it to an organization that is very near and dear to your heart. Help someone less fortunate than you, because you know what? It'll come back to you tenfold. Your needs will always be met when you share and you help other people with what you've been blessed with. The third is spend. And by spend, I don't mean just go out and spend it all. Like, my dad used to say, you have money and it burns a hole in your pocket. But I mean, spend as far as expenses, your basic needs. So pay for your housing, your utilities, your transportation, your food. Pay for the things that you need to survive. Then whatever's left after you've saved, after you've shared, after you have spent on your expenses, then use that and reward yourself, or have special gifts for your children, whatever you want to do to reward yourself. I think as we work hard, it's important to reward ourselves and acknowledge our hard work. So another huge part of this is whether you're in the mindset of abundance or lack. There's money everywhere. There's no lack of money. We know that. Everywhere you go, you're going to see money coming in, money coming out. Money is to flow. So with that being said, always have a mindset that there is enough. There is enough for you. There is enough for everyone. Some people, it looks like, unfortunately, they don't have it. But remember, it's the decisions that we make. It's the steps that we take that provide for us either a financial nest egg or we have nothing. So, yes, unfortunately, there's things that happen and we're unexpected and we weren't planned for. It's important to have insurance. That's a way to help for those unexpected times, is to have insurance. So save, share, spend. When you save, make sure that it's a wise investment. Make sure that you're going to get a good return on your investment. So The next thing I want to talk about is, let's see if I have another quote that I want to share. Okay, financial freedom is a mental, emotional, and educational process. And that's what we're talking about. So, um, it is a mental thing. Totally. It's emotional. So many of us have emotions tied to money. We maybe, we think it's bad. We think only, rich people have money. Think about that. What are your beliefs about money? Really challenge yourself to write them down, look at them, and see what your relationship with money is like, and if you need to make changes. Educational is so, so important. That's why I suggest getting the books, Dave Ramsey, Susie Orman. Another person I absolutely adore is Danny Johnson. She was a guest on the podcast when she shared about her adoption story. Beautiful lady. But she has a Find the Money project. You can actually Google that, but I'll have it in the show notes also. Find the Money project. And she does a challenge for 7 days, and it's to help you just find money where you maybe don't think about it. It's a really fun idea. I love this challenge. I do this challenge when she offers it. So I will have her link in the show notes as well. It's a great resource also. And I just love Danny J and how she presents things. So check that out also. Another important thing when it comes to education is about budgeting. So I know when you cringe, it's like the word diet, but I want to just let you know that budget is just a plan. We plan for our future by saving and investments and for our hopes and our dreams and vacations, but budgeting is planning for now, planning for today, the present. So it's like just making a plan of, this is how much money I have coming in. Here's my basic needs. First, you save and you share your basic needs, see what you have left. And that's just all a budget is a planning out, allocating your income. Plan to pay off debts. And that's, so we talked about the future, we talked about the present with a plan or a budget, and now we're talking about the past. So if you have student loan debts, or you have debts that you just, medical debts, whatever it is, make a plan to pay off those debts. That's where Dave Ramsey is amazing when it comes to paying off debt. He will definitely help you with that aspect. So plan for the future, plan for now, and plan to pay off your debts. Super important to always have a plan to succeed, or you will fail. I want to now, let's see, I think I have one more quote that I would like to share with you. And it's from Susie Orman. She says, a big part of financial freedom is having your heart and mind free from worry about the what ifs of life. Really, really good quote. So Susie Orman has a lot of good quotes. She has a lot of great books. I believe she even has a podcast. So check her out also. So let me offer you a few tips. So one thing I love to do is thrift shop. I have a YouTube channel. You'll often see I share my treasures that I find. I use them to decorate my home for my home tours. And I'm a strong believer in thrifting, because not only does it not go out to the trash, the environment, but we're able to use things that someone else already used. They were pre-loved. And I think thrifting is a great thing to do. And you can also give back by donating. And when you donate, you can ask them for a receipt and use that on your taxes. If you itemize taxes, ask your CPA. The same with tithing. If you give to a nonprofit, just like a church, they're a nonprofit, you will get a receipt at the end of the year. As long as you do it in the year, they'll send you a receipt for that year, showing how much you donated, so you don't have to keep up with it. And you just use that to file on your tax returns if you do itemized tax returns. So check with your CPA. Another thing is, I always use cashback. I have cashback apps such as Rakuten, Swagbucks, the Drop app, and they give you cash back when you order online, which most of us do nowadays. So check out cashback apps. Then another one is coupons. Anytime I go somewhere, Hobby Lobby, they always have a coupon. If you're shopping online, never check out without going to Google and type in that store name and put coupon code and try them. I always find a coupon code and it saves me so much money. So use coupons online. sell items online. So I have a Poshmark closet and I sell my clothes. I sell household items. I sell jewelry on Poshmark. So there's that. And there's a bunch of other apps that you can actually sell things. I use Facebook Marketplace also. So when it comes to your checking account, check with credit unions because they're normally free. You don't have to pay for your checking account. It's totally free. And also, a lot of times they offer you very, very low interest rate loans. When it comes to interest rates, if you have credit cards, um, always look for credit cards that give you cash back, because some will give you 1% cash back when you purchase and 1% cash back when you pay it off. Always pay off your credit cards within the 30 days in full. And if you can't afford something, don't put it on the credit card unless you have an interest-free option. Best Buy is great. I use their credit card when I need to buy some type of thing for the home, because technology products or appliances, because they offer like a year of interest-free. But just make sure that when you do it, let's say you finance $1,000 for 12 months, you want to divide 1,000 by 12 and make those payments every single month to make sure that before that date, the balance is zero. Because if not, they have a right to charge you the deferred interest. That means all of the accumulated interest, they can charge you in one lump sum. So just be aware of that and make sure you pay it off. There's been times in my life also where I've had a high interest rate credit card and I felt like I was in this trap. So I found a credit card that was no interest for a certain amount of time, like when you first get the credit card. So I would get the new credit card interest-free option, first time user, and then I would transfer that balance from my high interest credit card to my new, and I just make sure I pay that off. That's another tip that I've used over the years. So rewards with cash back is it's a no-brainer. Like it adds up. I know you might think, oh, that's not worth it. It is so worth your time. I'm getting hundreds of dollars back by cash back every single month. You want to have multiple streams of income. So you don't want to put all your eggs in one basket. I always have multiple streams of income coming in. I get very creative, and Danny J with Find the Money Project is great with helping you with that. She's a big supporter of having multiple streams of income. Passive income is another thing that I highly encourage you to do. That's like set something up one time and then it's recurring. You can make money. Investment, so bonds, stock market. If you don't understand the stock market, hire someone. Look in, talk to different. They talk to you for free. It's the financial advisor. Find someone in your area. They have a free setup appointment with them. Go talk to them, see if you're comfortable. Hire someone to manage your investments to get the best return of your investment. So that's a lot of talking and information, but I really, really hope that this will inspire you. This will encourage you. This will give you some hope. If you have been struggling financially, this might, just get your mind going. Hopefully that's what I want, to get your creative juices flowing so that you can create an income to give you that hope and that freedom for your future. So next week, I have a guest and her name is Sherry Summers. I consider her an expert in the financial freedom world. And she is sharing so much wisdom and treasures with us. I cannot wait for you to listen to that episode. Make sure you're subscribed so you get it automatically downloaded into your library, wherever you listen to podcasts, because Sherry Summers will be next week with financial freedom. And she's going to offer you way more information than what I've shared today. We may go over some of the same stuff, but it's really, really good information. I promise you it'll help you. So make sure to subscribe. Look for Sherry Summers' guest on my show podcast. And I just hope that you all have a happy Easter. And I just happy spring, and also check out my YouTube channel. I have an Easter video up and a FabFitFun unboxing, which is just a fun, super video. So anyway, I just want to thank you all for listening. I just appreciate every single one of you so much. And if you're watching this on YouTube, thank you also. So I will see you all next time. Sending you peace, love, and joy.